Hello everyone, this is a video for the eyebrow tint application. You can see on the work area all the tools and materials that's needed for this application. You need your eyebrow tint kit, makeup remover, hand sanitizer, disinfectant, Vaseline. You would also need your mascara wands that are disposable or also known as spoolies, and an angled eyebrow brush. An angled makeup eyebrow brush. Here you can see the esthetician squeezing out steps 1 and 2. Step 1 is the colorant, and step 2 is the activator. The color that was chosen for this application was a dark brown color. She begins by applying a protective barrier around the brow line, so that way the colorant does not stain the skin. She's just outlining the eyebrow with Vaseline where she would not want the stains to remain. She completely does one brow and then she moves on to the next brow and outlines in the same manner, applying basic Vaseline that can be bought at the dollar store, HEB, a pharmacy, anywhere. It is just a basic Vaseline. You can also use a petroleum-based product that's used for hair color application. That usually comes with the brand that you purchase. For example, like Chi Hair Color has its own color blocking brand. It works the same, just like regular Vaseline. She's going to begin by using her applicator stick that came into the eyebrow kit. One side is flat and angled and the other side is pointed. And she's going to apply with the growth of the hair, against the growth, and then back with the growth of the hair. So here she's staying right on the eyebrow hair and she's applying the colorant, which is step 1, with the growth of the hair. And she's just scooping a little bit with the angle side of the applicator stick and then gently dabbing it onto the brow hairs, trying to avoid overlapping onto the skin. You can start to see the brown color as she applies it. Now with this application, you want to do one brow at a time, but because she was moving so quickly, I allowed her to go ahead and do both brows at one time. So normally you would apply the colorant to one brow and you would let it remain for 1 minute, 60 seconds. So once she's done applying, we let it sit for 1 minute while we do the other eyebrow. And you can see her using the applicator stick to really work that colorant inside the hairs of the brow by going with and against. So we let it remain on one brow for 1 minute while we simultaneously apply to the second brow. Again, the manufacturer's directions suggest to do one brow at a time, full process, because the timing is so quick, it's only 60 seconds. But again, because she was moving so quickly, I allowed her to go ahead and do the second brow, and she was doing it under my instruction, so she was able to keep timing pretty well. She's just making sure that she has all the hairs thoroughly saturated with the colorant. And you can see here, she's making sure to go against the growth of the hairs on the eyebrow. So again, you're going to go with the growth of the hairs, back against the growth, and then you can lay the hairs back down by going with the growth one last time. So the first brow has set for about a minute now. So she's going to go in and apply the activator. So you can see the colorant on the stick, and once she applies the activator, it's going to quickly turn it dark. And that's what you're going to see happen to the eyebrows. So that colorant that's on the applicator stick, she's going to go in now and apply it onto my brow. And you're going to see the colorant instantly turn this black color. It's already a dark brown, but you'll see it get even darker and turn pretty much black. And it's a very quick activation. The activator is to sit on the brow for 2 minutes. So once she completes this one brow, she moves on to the next brow, allowing that first brow to process for 2 minutes. And as I repeat, the manufacturer's directions suggest to do only one brow at a time, colorant and application of the activator. But because she was under my instruction and she was moving quickly, I allowed her to go ahead and handle 2 brows simultaneously. So she's going with the brow, against the brow, and then she's going to go back with the brow again with the applicator. And you can just see that colorant turning dark as it oxidizes. So we let the first brow process for 2 minutes. While it's processing for 2 minutes, she begins application of the next brow. Now the actual product has so much product available in it that you can actually do like 2 or 3 eyebrow applications with just the little packages that she had. She could take care of 2 or 3 clients with that one package. But because that package cannot be resealed, we just discard any remaining product that's left over. But so you could get an idea of how much colorant and how much activator comes in the package, it's enough to do several people's brows. But again, you can't reseal the package, so you just discard any remaining product. So you can see she's staying on the brow hairs and keeping it nice and neat so it doesn't stain the skin. And she's going to go in with the makeup brush and she's going to clean up. And it just kind of makes your lines nice and sharp and even. The eyebrow applicator brush, the makeup brush that she's going to use, I prefer an angled brush, but we did not have an angled brush at our hands at the moment. So she's just using a regular thin shadow brush, but it just makes the application just nice and detailed and makes those lines very sharp. So it's one thing that I like to do, but it is optional. You do not have to go in there and use that to clean up. You can actually use the applicator stick, the side that is more pointed. You could use that to kind of clean up those lines, but I like to go in with a makeup brush. And so I'm kind of guiding her on how to do it, and she's doing a very nice job. This is her first time doing an eyebrow tint application, and she did a superb job. So you can see there, she has a nice steady hand, and she's just sweeping it across the brow, cleaning up the application brush, the makeup brush, as she continues. Just going in and making those lines nice and sharp. The whole process took her less than 30 minutes, so it is a really quick process. And please ignore my hair. I was trying to move it out of the way constantly, so it was just kind of sticking up and doing its own thing there for a moment. So just ignore my hair. So the next part of the application steps is to take a cotton swab. You can use gauze, you can use a cosmetic pad, and just dab, 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 and not rub. So you see here, she's dabbing, pressing that product in, making sure it's, kind of stained on the eyebrow hairs basically. And she's just dabbing, dabbing, dabbing. And then you're going to go and see her sweep across the brow gently to get any residual product that's left sitting on top of the hairs. And she's going to clean up the extra Vaseline that's around the eyebrows. She's just dabbing, dabbing, dabbing gently, and the cotton round is just picking up the excess amount of colorant. Now she's doing a gentle sweep across the brow. Very little product is coming off. You don't want to just totally wipe all the product off, but most of it. And then she goes and she makes sure that she has the Vaseline cleaned up around the brow. You want to make sure to educate your client to, not be in any hot areas, to stay away from taking like steam baths, not to scrub their brows for the next 24 hours. And this is the final product.